just, I guess, an intimidation factor, or what was it about that made it so difficult to play that day?
It's just really loud. They do a good job, and the crowd and the fans do a good job selling out. There's barely any red out there, so they do a great job bringing everyone to the stands.
You've been all over the SEC now, your couple of years. How would you rank that in terms of the loudest environment or just craziest?
It's definitely up there in my top 5.
JR, so having Dan at coordinator, I mean, how is he able to emerge as a leader? I guess he's kind of worked his way up from Memphis to linebacker coach to DC. I mean, did you be able to have this success when he came on?
Most definitely, Coach Landon is very relatable to his guys. He's a player's coach. He can get the guys going. He does a lot of things outside the box to get guys motivated that I wouldn't even think about.
So in terms of getting guys motivated, what might some of those things be? What might be some things that he says?
Well, he finds little stats, last year we knew Missouri, they ran the ball on us four touchdowns, 182 yards, 5.2 yards a carry. And so those are the things that are engraved in my head while we're going through practice. And so we knew we had to come out there and stop the run. So doing things like that and showing us, basically going to the doctor and showing us what we need to fix after each game.
What is it stands out to you about this defense? I mean, Coach was saying maybe it's not a lot of future first-round picks necessarily in this group, like you see a lot of great defenses, but obviously y'all put up some pretty staggering numbers so far this year.
Well, just guys that go out there and do their job. It's not about everyone. It's not about one single person. It's about guys going out there doing their job and all guys working hard.
How do you able to get that team? Because that obviously doesn't happen all the time, and guys all sort of buying into the same system and helping each other, knowing that it all kind of works together.
Just in the off season, and I think the culture change and getting guys buying into the program, and we see that the farther you go, the better everyone does.
JR, haven't seen a 4 shutouts in one season by a Georgia team since '76. Are you guys aware of that? How much do you talk about? How important is it to you to get that shutout?
Well, honestly, I didn't know until after the game. That was since 81? Yeah, since the 80s. When you go out there, you always want to shout at the team. And, you want to hold them to certain lower points. First thing you want to do is win the game and stop them. But when you see the shutouts in goal and you see it's in reach, you want to go out there and make sure it happens.
What kind of growth have you seen in Richard, really over the last couple of years and this season as well?
Well, just a lot more maturity in his game and studying film and becoming more of a student of the game. He's always had the talent, but he's more of a student now.
What does it mean to get Tyson Campbell back in that secondary, JR?
He's a great leader. He has definitely matured into a leader from last year to this year. He's made tremendous jumps, and getting him back provides a lot of speed and experience.
JR, Auburn Georgia games are almost always in mid-November with a lot on the line. This one's no different. But does it seem weird that next year this game's getting flipped? It's going to be moved right smack dab in the middle of Georgia season?
I did not know that, but hopefully those guys can take care of that next year.
JR, I mean, it's, for Georgia Pickens, it's going to be a pretty emotional game for him with his commitment and how all that kind of went. He's an emotional guy. That's something he's going to have to kind of be careful of to make sure that he's kind of stays within himself in this particular context.
Yeah, we'll most definitely have George calm down and under reins during this game.
Is that something you guys will speak to him about, though, or you feel there's a need to?
Yeah, we'll have it figured out before we get there on Saturday, and he'll be okay.
Kirby was talking about the Auburn offense and how it's different than any other offense and what they do at the perimeter. Obviously, you're kind of a field general in the secondary. What do you see when you look at Auburn and just how clever of a coach is Malzahn from the schemes you've seen from him?
He gives you headaches, man. You gotta do everything right. One mistake can lead to a big play, and we just gotta get in the film room, especially the younger guys that have not played against an offense like this. It's something that you don't see. It's something they don't play in the NFL. You don't see really people doing it anywhere in the league besides at Auburn.
What's your description of the atmosphere at Auburn?
Electrifying. I love playing there. It's amazing. It's always fun. I know our offense might not like it because it's so loud, but I love going to enemy territory like that.
Seeing JR, all the youth around you, including on the coaching staff, are you a little bit amazed at what this defense has been able to do this season?
Well, I'm not really, because it's something we practice, something we preach. If you're good enough, you're old enough. And that's something that we say around here. And just from the senior leadership that we have and the guys that maybe are juniors that taking leadership roles and leading these young guys to be able to play.
How about Jordan Davis and his growth as well? What have you seen there?
He's done a great job, Big Jordan, he's played throughout games. He's learned that he can play with that weight, and he's pushed himself. And that's the main thing for him, is being consistent.
And his personality, what kind of spirit does he bring?
He's a big personality. I don't know if you guys have interviewed him yet, but he has a big, fun personality, big teddy bear, monster on the field.
Following up on Richard, everybody talks about how he's grown, his maturity and everything, but he also seems like a guy who's got the personality and who comes up with some of those turnovers there, and he just has the personality to fit along with his performance. So, what type of thing stands out about his personality? And in terms of turnovers, do you all have a competition to see who has more on the defense?
Well, you know, we both get upset at each other if we drop an interception or we miss a play. But we also play off each other. We do a good job. Me and him have a really good chemistry back there. That's something we've developed over the years. And just his personality, he's always happy. He always has a smile on his face. And he's a really funny guy.
For Auburn, it kind of seems like what gets them going is that quick up-tempo kind of, quick hit run game and then passes over the top. So when you're playing them, how important is it to get them kind of out of that rhythm, what they like to do, and how have you seen that affect them in the games against them?
You just got to win the first and second downs. You know, if you can win those, put them in third and long, that'll be the key to this game.
Tyreek Stevenson saw a lot of snaps. He's a talented guy that did a lot in the spring. What role have you played in his development, and what do you think's ahead for Tyreek Stevenson?
The sky's the limit for that kid. You know, you're going to hear his name maybe next year or junior year. He'll be up for some awards. He can play the ball really well, and just the main thing is just getting him in there and learning the plays and get him in the right spot. Once he can learn what to do and have confidence in his game, the sky's the limit.
Jared, do you have any concerns about the fact you're going up against three legitimate track guys?
No, not at all. We have, I think, 3 legitimate track guys on our team, too, for defense, so we'll be fine.
Kirby said that the defensive meetings are a little bit more fun, high energy, that it's just a joy to be around you guys this year as opposed to maybe some years past. I mean, what's been the biggest change? What's led to that?
Just Coach Lannon, he's younger, you know, a lot of youth. He's always bringing something new to the table each week. He finds something about a team that he wants to talk about, and he brings it, and I love it.
What was distinct about that environment 2 years ago when you went into Jordan Hare?
It was just loud, you know. It was a loud environment, you know, SEC atmosphere, you know, rival opponent. I didn't know it was a big rivalry game until I went there, and I'm expecting the same thing.
You all have played, I don't know how many true road games you'd had up to that point, 2017. I feel like you all have played a lot of games since then, and maybe a little bit more ready for that.
Yeah, well, a lot of the guys that were part of that team are still on this team, so they're battle-tested and they're ready.
What have you seen or heard about Bo Nix so far from the tape, initial scouting reports?
He's a great player. He does a lot with his feet. You know, he plays tough for their team. He's going to lay it all on the line for them.
As a safety, how critical is eye discipline in place in offense?
Very critical. You know, they do a lot of different plays, and if you take your eyes off your keys, it's an explosive play. So in the back end, you got to have very good eye discipline. Watch your keys. Don't let anything get behind you.
What is it about Jordan Hare that has impressed you? Just going against him in practice.
Oh, he just works. You know, that's one thing about him. He works really hard. You don't see a lot of young guys come in like that and work really hard. And he has talent out this round, man. It's crazy.